Hi, it's Judy from Itchy Palms Gardens. This is episode number 19, and today I'm going to give you a tour through a garden we call Traubenweg. I'll explain to you why we call it Traubenweg, and I really hope that you enjoy it. We enjoyed creating it as we have enjoyed creating all the other gardens here at Itchy Palms. Gardening isn't a chore if it's something that you love doing. It's an outlet and it's just wonderful. Anyway, I'll see you after I've taken you for a walk. Here's a bird's eye view of our Traubenweg garden. There are 6 grapevines along the trail, but it wasn't always like that originally. Up until about 4 years ago, I settled for just having wormwood hedges because our climate is so dry here in Victoria, Australia. Even though we hedged them to keep them neat, they didn't look that great. These pictures show the construction of the vine trellis when we decided to shift the grapevines from the Oriental garden, which I feature in another video on YouTube. Where the vines were, they were being overgrown and starting to suffer from mildew, and they needed more light, so Paul suggested we shift them. So we did it together and shifted the 6 grapevines into what is now known as Traubenweg. We fastened the vines to wire between the posts. This gave them stability and support. The entire process was done in winter when the ground was soft from moisture from the rain and the vines were asleep. We trimmed them right back and mulched them in well and crossed our fingers that they'd live. Over time we got rid of the lawn paths and put sand down. The compacted sand reduces time mowing and acts as a mulch as well. Not that long ago, we were gifted an unwanted arch from my brother-in-law Peter. The arch is located about halfway down Traubenweg. Paul did a little bit of reconstructive surgery with the welder. After it was concreted into position, we painted it. We love it and think it's a real feature of Traubenweg. What do you think? Here it is all done with the sanded paths in summer. We're keeping this arch vineless so its features aren't lost. And it wouldn't be a garden at Itchy Palms without a palm tree featuring in it, would it now? And here can, as always, bring a bit of Christmas cheer. These succulents look good now, but I do have to cover them up in winter because of the severe frosts we have here at Itchy Palms. We use granite sand for our paths, which packs down really nicely. We have Christmas in summer in Australia, and we've got some Christmas baubles on the arch this year. A few years ago, I decided I might learn a language, and I was going to learn French, but my daughter persuaded me to learn German because she'd been taught German through school. At the time, she was studying away in the city. I thought it would be a very bonding thing to learn German and be able to talk to her in that language. Next time she came home, I talked to her in Deutsch. To my disappointment, she just rolled her eyes and said, "Mum, I don't talk German anymore. I had enough of that in school." To this day, I still learn a little German, and Traubenweg, when I walk down it, always reminds me of my daughter. Kirby, ich liebe dich. Here's our dry riverbed that runs alongside Traubenweg, and here's Traubenweg's entrance. This weeping rose is one of the main features at the entry. It's come a long way since we planted it a few years ago. As I said previously, the outer border has 6 grapevines, but the inner border has 5 pistachio nut trees. To have fruit, you need a male pistachio nut tree. So we have 2 females, then a male, then another 2 females. Pistachio nuts are one of my favourites. Each side of the path along the walk, we have society garlic lining it, which has a pretty purple flower most of the summer. Due to the low rainfall here, we do have a watering system in this part of the garden, and the pistachio nuts go a lot better with the good water, as do the grapes and most of the other plants. This is the entrance to Strawberry Fields, and it has an archway of Lorraine roses freshly planted. Strawberry Fields is featured on another of my YouTube videos. This shot's taken in winter a few years ago. Here's another of Paul's sculptures using things from the tip and trampoline springs for the reed heads. I'm lucky to have such a talented husband. Paul and I have been very busy in Traubenweg, haven't we? I hope you enjoyed this episode, and next week we'll be up to episode number 20 of Itchy Palms Gardens. You'd think I'd be running out of things to talk about, but the garden's quite expansive here, and we just love gardening, or I do anyway. I make Paul do some jobs he doesn't like much, but I buy him lots of tools for the garden so he can cut my hedges. Anyway, I'll see you next time on Itchy Palms Gardens. Bye for now.